where they were 5 of 7 from downtown. But now the attention turns to Kemba Walker, who left the game in the fourth quarter, as you heard Abby Chen just report, with back spasms. As soon as we get more information, we will update you. We come back with much more on this 6-game night. Blake Griffin returned to make his season debut, but we'll show you highlights. Andrew Wiggins spoiled it. The Boston Celtics off to their best start since the 09-10 season. Jaylen Brown and company now 8-1 after an 8th straight win, 116-106. You saw it live right here on NBA TV. The first of our doubleheader on this Monday. Brown with 25 and 11. Kemba Walker 29 points. But now we're watching news on a back spasm which forced him to the locker room before the game ended. Dallas suffered their first road loss of the year. Luka did his part, 34 points, 9 assists. Is he finally going to be on your MVP ladder or what, Sekou Smith?
Are you kidding me? You didn't even know the thing was out. Now you're killing me like everybody else. No.
He's the Hall of Famer.
Of course he will.
Kevin McHale with Sekou, Jared Greenberg, Kristaps Porzingis just 1 of 11. We'll talk this game and also stick with us. We've got the second game of our doubleheader coming up at about 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. It's Kawhi and the Clippers against the Raptors. Before that, we're going to take you live to San Antonio for Tony Parker's jersey retirement ceremony. So a lot to take care of here. But let's first talk about what we just watched here. Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, and this team, while it never seemed like the game was out of their grasp, they really turned it on here in the fourth quarter, Mac.
Oh, they made big shot after big shot in the fourth quarter, especially Kemba Walker made 3 threes that were just backbreakers. And their defense stayed pretty consistent the whole night. He's got a unique ability, Kemba, to get to the hole, but boy, late in the game, I mean, he was absolutely shooting lights out.
Yeah, and it's not just the closing that you have him for. It's how steady he is throughout the course of games. He manages games without dominating the ball necessarily and trying to score all the time, which is really something that's needed on this team, if you ask me. They played like this, won like this, and Jason Tatum shot 1 for 18.
Yeah, and then
which is, I thought it was a misprint.
Wow,
I did too. And Porzingis was 1 for 11. They're both going to the gym now and shooting, so they're not going to shower for a while. They're going to work on their games.
And again, we'll wait for Brad Stevens' post-game comments to hear any update if he provides one on the back spasms for Kemba Walker, who they're back in action Wednesday against Washington. But Sekou, this Boston team now, after losing opening night to Philadelphia, they've now beaten the likes of Toronto and Milwaukee, San Antonio and Dallas among their wins. Is Boston a team we should start to take more seriously among the teams that could come out of the Eastern Conference?
Absolutely, and they were a wild card going into this season. We needed to know for sure what kind of impact Kemba Walker would have on this group. It's been tremendous. You hate to compare, but the style of play, in the type of personality he has just been ideal for this Celtics team. You lose not only Kyrie Irving, but Al Horford and Baines as well. You lost 3 of your solid veteran pieces in Boston. You replaced them, but Kemba's the one guy that's really in that mix that you have to pay attention to in terms of how does his mood, how does his, the way he operates affect this team, and it's been fantastic.
And the thing that impressed me with Boston is their defense. I thought when they lost Al Horford, who guards everybody and really had a high basketball IQ defensively and offensively, they would really miss him. But they're holding teams to under 42% shooting, 41.7. And, for the year, that's amazing. But you watch them tonight, they switch a lot of stuff. They put a lot of different people on Doncic. How about they put Marcus Smart at 6'4"?
Locked him up.
On Porzingis, and Porzingis couldn't get a shot off.
We talked about it before the game, though.
Yeah.
You get that type of defender playing underneath a guy that tall who's not going to take it off the dribble, it changes the entire game for Porzingis. He looked out of sorts the entire night, just couldn't find a rhythm. And when he's shooting that poorly, where's Dallas's secondary scorer going to come from? Where's that other, stroke that you need outside of Doncic going to come from?
And if you're just joining us here, the news earlier tonight from the Celtics, they expect Gordon Hayward to be out 6 weeks. He had left hand surgery today in New York. He fractured his hand Saturday night in their win over San Antonio. Well, even with Gordon Hayward out, and now we got the news of the Kemba Walker injury and Jason Tatum shooting just 1 for 18. It was Jaylen Brown who stepped up, and after the game, after 25 and 11, he spoke with Abby Chen.
Jalen, second 20-10 game of your career, back-to-back double-doubles. You talk about this season, the difference for you is opportunity. What are you trying to do with that opportunity?
I'm trying to win. That's it. I'm just trying to keep winning. Whatever we got to do to win, I'm all for it.
What was the mindset coming into tonight against this Dallas team that hadn't lost on the road yet this season?
We wanted to be aggressive defensively. I think we did a good job. I know Luka Doncic had a really good game. He was picking us apart, but we stayed with it, and we pulled it out. Sometimes it's going to be ugly, but as long as we pull it out, then we're good.
Lost Kemba Walker at the end of the fourth quarter, playing without Gordon Hayward. I know it's a next man up mentality, but what does it say about this team that you guys continue to roll up these wins?
We just got to keep going. It's early in the season. We just got to keep fighting and keep going. We don't know what might happen. Everybody got to be ready for the opportunity, and hopefully we make the C's proud.
Jalen, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Another game that everyone is going to be watching. It's Kawhi Leonard not hosting the trophy, but facing the team that hoisted the trophy with him. First time playing the Raptors. Let's hear from Kawhi Leonard.
It's a former team I want to come in and share with. But it's any other game. It's going to be fun to see the guys again and, just congratulate them and I'll be able to shake hands with people.
Have you been staying in touch with any of them at all?
Yeah, a few of them. We talk a little bit.
Kawhi, outside the championship, what do you remember about your year at Toronto?
The guys, the journey, you know what I mean? Also the country, the city was amazing. And, there's just so much you could keep going on and talking about it.
The year that we had was incredible. And, Danny's definitely the guy that I can say is a friend of mine. So it's definitely good to see him.
You looking forward to another reunion tomorrow?
Oh, man. Yeah. A game, tough game, against Kawhi, seeing the guys over there. So we don't get no big. So just got to go out there and play hard again and try to get another win.
What will it be like playing against Kawhi?
It'll be great. Great for us. I don't think I've had opportunity to play against him. I had a privilege to play with him on the same team, but I think playing against him would be fun and just I think just seeing those guys, seeing him again after the run that we had last year, super fun.
What did you take away from being his teammate last year?
I think a lot. I think his poise and how he doesn't really get rattled and things like that. So I try to do that and add that to my game, and when I miss a couple of shots, you got guys like Freddie in my ear a little bit telling me to continue to shoot and just stay confident, and I think that's something that he always had that.
It's going to be great. It was great to see Dan tonight. It's going to be great to see Kawhi. I think Josh, you go through something like that in a really close kind of confined, you're all kind of sealed in together fighting that out for a couple months. You get a special experience there. And in saying that, I'm going to stay up late tonight trying to devise some kind of scheme to try to make life very difficult on him tomorrow.
Well, much easier said than done, making life difficult for Kawhi Leonard. He has been on a tear early this season. He, of course, coming off of winning the Finals MVP, hoping he can do it with a third different team, I think would be amazing. Your thoughts on Kawhi and his early play for the Clippers?
I think he's been fantastic. Everyone wants to talk about the load management, and that's another story. But when you just look at the product on the floor, to me, Kawhi's getting better, Candace. I'm watching a guy that he answered my question. Can he carry a team? He didn't. What's next for Kawhi? Never thought to put him in a situation where he's getting 7, 8 double-digit assists. And then the efficiency he's doing it. He's only playing like 30-something minutes, being able to put up those type of numbers and still win. And teammates like playing with them. I still say another couple more years, Candace, we going to see even more added to his game. He's like one of those players that came in as just like a total sponge. And now you just keep adding stuff to him. And he's becoming one of those players that he still shocked me because the maturation of him being able to pass the basketball as a point guard now, getting others involved is just unreal for him.
Well, you look at the way in which he approaches the game of basketball. He kind of came onto the scene with the Spurs, and everybody knew who Kawhi Leonard was. But when he won a championship and got Finals MVP, everybody got everybody's attention. Mm-hmm. And then he goes to the Raptors, and he changes that franchise around. Every one of those guys had that same personality and took on his demeanor. Mm-hmm. And then now he comes to the Clippers. And it's kind of the best of both worlds where they were that blue-collar attitude franchise, and he came in and it was a perfect fit. And he's able to close games. That's the biggest thing. The fourth quarter, when the Clippers are down, they're behind 10, 12 points. Kawhi comes in, makes baskets happen, gets to the free throw line. He's that guy that can play both sides of the ball. He plays defense, offense. I mean, he's top two. He's top two on the planet for basketball.
You know, Candace, we've been around players, and we all have, even kill. I haven't ever seen even kill like this. I saw a spectacular play the other day. I think it was by Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Everybody was jumping up, and they panned right to Kawhi. And you sitting there just like this. I mean, to be able to stay even keel into those moments, I was unbelievable last year from hitting that game-winning shot because I was more excited about the reaction I saw from Kawhi than the shot, which was amazing. He's amazing that a kid can stay that composed, Candace, and through him making shots and others making big shots. I haven't seen anything like this.
It's composure, and it resonates through his entire team, through the entire organization, and you see that.
It's impressive, and you're right. I was very excited to see the emotion. It was the most we'd ever seen from him, and that is hard to do, to keep it like this all the way through. Now, there's another team in LA, the Lakers. They lost to the Toronto Raptors. Raptors have a segment of a back-to-back tonight. How well did they play? They broke the Lakers' 7-game win streak. Pascal Siakam had a double-double, as did Fred VanVleet, who started in place of the injured Kyle Lowry. It's almost like a replay of last season, where it doesn't matter if someone's out, the Raptors are trying to figure it out.
Well, they're guys around Kawhi. Everybody talks about Kawhi, and that was the reason why they got over the hump. Well, these guys are pretty good too. And as we've seen, Pascal Siakam's kind of played behind Kawhi. He is that guy that can stretch the floor, can handle the ball, gets out in transition. I mean, the Toronto Raptors outscored the Lakers in transition yesterday. And that was the entire game. They played defense, got stops, got out transition, and so it really tested. I mean, the Lakers coming into that game, #1 in defense in the league. And after that, I mean, Toronto put on a clinic in terms of getting up into the court.
You know, for me, Candace, and you know, you have those games with the Lakers. You lose games, all teams. But for what you said and what I watched was transition defense. I circled that in my mind. I kept looking as, is this a commitment for the Lakers? Can they fix this? The way you gotta want to be able to get back in defense. It looked like against the Raptors that they just didn't have enough to keep up with the speed of the Raptors. This is one area I know in playoffs it slows down. I'm a little concerned with the Lakers.
Well, we talked a little bit about what they're doing, the Clippers and the Toronto Raptors. Let's talk